Hi there. This is Geraldine Ryan Lush from Geraldine's Writing and Fashion World. Back to talk to you again today. And of course I'm having my, I don't know what to call it because it's pretty well after supper hour. I've had my supper, so I'm just having my little drop of tea here after my supper. And of course my glass of water, just in case. Water is a great thing. Anyway, I came by today, as you will have garnered from the heading in my video today. I came by to talk about living in the age of ageism. And of course, ageism is all around us. It's infiltrated all of society. At one point, you know, women 40 weren't considered to be too concerned about aging, but these days, once they hit past 35, they're all of a sudden they're worried about aging. So, I just like to talk a bit about that and from my own perspective, how I feel about it. And maybe through the video or towards the end of the video I'll tell you my real age. It's difficult because I don't think I've even told it on YouTube before, except in a comment to somebody. But I haven't come on and publicly stated how old I am. So, but you know, the thing is, I kind of feel that I wouldn't have reached the age I am and doing as well if I hadn't abided by some of the things I'm going to talk about here, or just natural things that I've done or lived by without even thinking about it. And one of the main things that has been my thing all my life pretty well, no matter what age I am or was, whatever, is not to think about your age. You know, like, don't think about it. I mean, you know, get up in the morning and you go, you know, if you're getting up in the morning and going into the bathroom and washing your face and scrutinizing every little thing on your face, the beginnings of a wrinkle, the beginnings of a sag, you know, the beginnings of an age spot and all this. If you're going to fret over that and worry about it all day and rush out and start buying all kinds of serums and everything, maybe you'll start to age because you're doing so much worrying about it. So I've never done that. I just don't care. You know, I've never cared. And I think it's probably because there's more important things to do. You know, you got to live your life. You can't be always running around worrying about signs of aging. The worrying alone will put it there. That's for sure. So anyway, that's one. I jotted down some things because I come on there sometimes and I don't have anything. Sometimes I can go on and on now and just talk and talk and talk, and just comes in my head and I go, oh, well, you know, whatever. But I feel this is an important topic because it's rampant. It's everywhere. Ageism. The whole concept is everywhere, and it's an aging population all over, and we're all getting older, but it's how you deal with it. You know, you can't let it run your life. You know, you just carry on and try and live the best life you can. And I'm going to give you some things that I think helped me. Like I said, without me even being aware of that they were helping me, but I was never one to worry about it. I just didn't think about it, and I still don't think about it. You know, I really don't. I just carry on with my life, and that's the way it is. So, and it's not going to be a scholarly, overly analytical, steeped in academic research, gleaned from depths of experts on aging. It's not going to be a video about that. It's just going to be a simple, common sense wisdom. And what's keeping me young, active, creative, focused, and healthy. Like I just said it, I don't think about age. I don't think about it. I got too much to do. I'm living my life. And the second thing, or another thing, get that 7 to 10 hours sleep every night. Whether it be 7, whether it be 10. You can get away with 6, but I like to make it at least 6. I mean, you're not always going to get 6 hours sleep. Let's face it, we all have those nights where, you know, you wake up and you can't get back to sleep, etc., etc. You know, like, we all have that. And but however, you know, strive to get at least 6, because sleep is a natural beautifier. You know, like, it was always the old adage, get your beauty sleep. Well, you know something? It's true. It wasn't just an old adage. It's proven to be true over the centuries. You need beauty sleep. That's why in all the movies and films and everything, and all the producers will always be checking on the actresses and everything in the old films to make sure they got their sleep. And suffer the thought they were found out in the town with their latest, whoever they were acting with, their love interest in the movie or whatever. And if they were caught partying, oh my, that was terrible. You know, they weren't allowed to do anything like that because they needed their sleep. So their eyes wouldn't be, you know, puffed, and their jaws wouldn't be sagging and all this. I know it's probably a kind of a trivial example, but it makes the point. We all need sleep. Sleep rejuvenates our body, it rejuvenates our cells, you know. So our bodies and our complexions and our skin can grow new cells and so on. Sleep is one of the miracles of life. So take advantage of that miracle. Make sure you get your sleep every single night. I've always abided by that, and it makes sense. And of course, water. Water every day. At least a few 8-ounce glasses. I mean, you can drink it all at one time, or you can sip throughout the day. You know, water is a great thing. It keeps your whole system hydrated, and it balances everything out. No matter what negative things are going on inside your body, water will help purify your inner, you know, workings, and make it all flow better. So everything is dispersed throughout your body, and water will help with removal, and it helps with transition of all the good things throughout your body, all the good things that you're taking in your diet and so on. So yes, I totally believe in clear water every day. Let's see, exercise. Don't obsess over exercise. Don't distress over exercise. Don't think that because you don't have a Fitbit and you're doing, what is it, how many steps a day? It used to be 20,000 or something like that. Don't think because you're not out running around doing your 20,000 steps a day with those Fitbits on your wrist that you're, oh my goodness, you're terribly out of shape. You're terribly out of the, you know, the modern thing about aging and health and all that. So you obsess over that, and you worry over that, and you sign up for a gym, and you just run around the gym all day or whatever you do, and you're on these machines and so on. Oh, that's fine. Is that what you want to do? And I guess for a lot of people, it helps. You know, whatever their problems or health problems are or whatever. I'm not putting down exercise at all. It's a good thing. The only thing I'm saying is that don't obsess over it, because you can get your exercise if you're up in the day and you're going around your house, doing your vacuuming, washing your dishes, and if you live in a place where there's stairs, if you're up and down those stairs every day to go to the store, come back, do this, do that, do your laundry, whatever, up and down the stairs, you're getting your much needed exercise. You're working your system and you're working your bones, and you're getting that much needed exercise. Even a 15-minute walk outside every day is enough to give you what you need. So just don't obsess over it, that's all. Don't worry about it. If you're doing a bit of gardening or something, you know, you're moving your bones, you're moving your joints, you're moving all necessary things for health and for your heart. So don't obsess over it. The main thing with aging is that don't obsess. That's all. Don't obsess over it, and you will be fine. So that's exercise. That's what I do. I don't. There was a period of time, all right, when I would be out every single day, and I was part of this craze that, oh my goodness, I got to get out there and I have to walk an hour and a half. I got to get out there and I got to walk 2 hours. I have to get that in now today. I definitely got to do that today. And I had a stationary bicycle, and I would, on rainy days, I would get on the bicycle and I would pump, and all this. And I was really into that. I guess it did help. I'm not saying it didn't help, because I don't think I would be as firm and toned and healthy as I am today if I hadn't done all that. I admit that. It did me good. But as well, I came from a background of, I think I told you before that I grew up in a rural area where there was no car. We didn't have a car. My family didn't have a car. There was no paved roads, and we walked everywhere. When I grew up, we just walked everywhere. We walked to school every day. We walked miles in the woods to pick berries. We walked miles in the woods to find a nice pond to skate on. We skated in the wintertime on natural ponds, not indoor skating rinks. And we got all the exercise anybody could possibly get. And I think, when I think about it, I think probably the way I lived until adulthood, I think was a great precursor to me being as healthy as I am today with regard to my bone health, because your formative life and who you were before you became an adult, from birth to 5 years old is your formative years. They are your formative years. In so many ways, psychologically, in so many ways, they are your formative years. However, after that, if you're on the go as children, and you're always running around, playing outside, I can't stress this playing outside business either. These days, it's been relegated to scholarly as well. It's all kinds of studies done on playing outside. I mean, I have to smile when I read them all, or when I come across them, because it's the most natural thing in the world to play outside. And I had lots of that, and I credit that, my early life, with giving me bone health today. So, sure, I take care of my bones. Sure, I'm always on the go. I don't think about it, but when I add up the times I'm out around doing things and everything, walking around stores, shopping, doing my activities for my books and so on, I'm on the go. I just don't sit in the car and drive all day. I'm on the go. So, sure, I like to walk. I walk in nice weather, and, I'm not a total non-believer in walking, that's for sure. But I'm just saying that the thing about this aging thing today, it's almost an obsession. People are just so worried about it all the time. It's so worried. Everywhere you go, it's all you can hear. Even if you're in a coffee shop, you overhear people talking about, did you join the gym? And stuff like that. I mean, it's almost like as if people are guilted into doing things because they think they're going to die and they're going to develop this terrible disease if they don't go to the gym right away and go every single day and all this. Sure, that's fine if you want to do it. Go over it, do it. And more than likely it's good for you. If it's good for you psychologically and you think you have to do it, and you think your pains and aches are going away because you're going to the gym every day, well, do it, by all means. Whatever makes you happy. But I'm just saying that don't obsess over it. I don't do it. I don't go to the gym, and I feel great. So I don't have any bone problems or anything, or joint problems, or joint pain or anything like that. So I'm just speaking to you from my own perspective, that's all. Like I did about makeup and everything. It's just my own ideas I'm putting out there, So, and that's another thing. Staying young in this world of ageism, it's not about makeup. It really isn't. It's about all the things I just talked about combined. It's about not worrying about it and just using common sense wisdom, that's all it is. And it's about genetics. and what you've inherited from your forebears and your your parents and their parents and so on, your direct descendants or direct ancestors. It's what you've inherited. It's genetic, and as well, it's lifestyle, how you live every day, how you eat every day, how your attitude is every day, and things like this. What kind of disposition you have, if you've got a cheery disposition. Some people are born with a good disposition. More people are just worriers. But if you're a worrier, try not to be a worrier and practice not being a worrier, and do pleasant things and think pleasant thoughts, and as much as possible avoid negativity. That's how you beat the aging pandemic or the aging epidemic that's out there. Because it really is an epidemic. Everywhere you look, it's aging, anti-aging. It's unbelievable. Okay, I have sleep. And another thing too is when you get a certain age, sometimes you're prone to sometimes maybe making wrong decisions or thinking about making wrong decisions. You're thinking about moving. You're thinking about buying a house or selling the house you're in and buying another one. You're thinking about moving to a condo. You're thinking about all these things. Just be careful you don't be rational or irrational, and you think it through, and you give yourself lots of time. And just remember that if you're not sure about doing something, do nothing. That's the easiest thing to do, and the thing that will render you the least stress. If you're not sure, don't do it. Give yourself time, that's all, for making important decisions in life. And take the stress off you, which will aid you. Stress is I think stress is the biggest indicator of everything and the biggest cause of everything. I think stress is the biggest cause of illness. And strangely enough, that's not dealt with enough in modern society. You see everything. You see all these articles and all these programs and all these books about everything that is wrong with you or supposed to be wrong with you, or you're going to get this and get that and something else if you don't do this or that or the other thing. If you don't live your life this way, and if you don't buy this book, or if you don't listen to this doctor or expert, whatever. But you rarely see, I'd be surprised, to tell you the truth, you rarely see something that says stress is the cause of this, stress is the cause of that. I kind of think that, yes, stress is a cause of illness. I firmly believe that. So eliminate the stress, lessen the stress, stop worrying. Do the basic things for yourself and be happy. And that's how you stay stress-free, and that's how you stay young, where you haven't got to be always, going around this circle if this anti-aging craze is out there now. Really. De-stress. Don't worry. Take the stress off. Of course you have to be concerned about the important things in your life, yes. Do those things. And do them without stressing over them. Do them in a relaxed manner. And get them out of the way. Whatever important things you have going on that you got to get out of the way as you get older, do them. And then they're done. Just do them. Do them yesterday. My family always make fun of me because I kind of liken it to my dad, whenever they make fun of me for, oh, there goes Mom again. She has about a week to do this or a month to do this, but she's doing it today. They're always teasing me about that, Yeah, be like Mom, do it today, even though you got 6 months to do it. And of course, I say back to them, well, this goes back to when I was a little girl growing up in this small area, and my dad would, we didn't have a car, so we lived an hour and a half from St. John's, which is the city, and every now and again my father, naturally, and my mother had to go to St. John's, and Sometimes they both go. Sometimes my dad would go. But whenever he had to go, there was a taxi going back and forth from that area to St. John's every day. And he would come by and, like stop at the house, like for maybe, I don't know, 7 o'clock in the morning or something, to make the hour-and-a-half trip to St. John's. So my dad would get up, like, okay, so the taxi never had to come by till about 7 or 7:30. I think it was 7:30. My father would be up at again 6 o'clock. So it was always a running joke with us, and that's what my boys tease me and my family tease me. And I say, yeah, well, Dad is, I guess I'm my father's daughter in that way. So if it got to be done, it got to be done. So once it's done, well, then it's done. I haven't got to think about it anymore. That's another thing that's checked off my list. So get your important things done, whatever they may be in your life. Get them done. That's less worry on you, and it won't age you. Another anti-aging tip. Okay, well, healthy. Well, yeah, we eat healthy. Fats, sugars, salt. That doesn't mean you can't have a treat, You can't enjoy your treats. You can enjoy an occasional glass of wine, as long as it's low alcohol. I like my white wine now and again with 7% or something like that. An occasional glass of white wine if you're out to dinner or something like that, or even at home every now and again. As long as it's low alcohol, and some people can tolerate a higher percentage alcohol, but I don't like the higher percentage. I like to go with the 7 or 7.5, something like that. You don't deprive yourself. You don't, you need to relax, and you need to do everything in moderation. So, but I do, however, feel very strongly about eating your vegetables and avoiding red meat. Avoiding cheese. Don't eat too much cheese because it's dairy, and I don't eat egg yolks either. So that's just me. But generally speaking, I don't eat red meat. I haven't eaten red meat in years. So I mostly eat chicken and fish and turkey and vegetables, and I avoid fats, trans fats, and sugars and salt. They are the culprits for diabetes, for heart disease and all that. They are the culprits. So you have to be mindful of a healthy diet for sure. That's really very important. And find something you like to do. Creativity it's one of the biggest things you can do to keep you young. Create something. Like just think about it. What is it you would like to do? A hobby, a creative something or other. I myself, I don't think I would be doing as well today as I am if it hadn't been for the fact that after I was teaching for a while, some 25 years ago, I started writing books. And once I knew that, hey, this is something I could do, and I'm successful at it, and came around to the fact that, I realized from the fact that I was published and so on, and the reviews and so on like that, and I speak about all that, of course, in other videos, but yeah, like, it was a whole new, oh my, it was wonderful, and, I just became addicted to it, and I often think sometimes, what would I have done all these years if I hadn't gotten into writing books? And I suppose I would have went back teaching, I guess, or something else, but I got into that, and that's been quite a while now, and I don't get up in the morning and go in the bathroom and obsess over a wrinkle in my face, that's for sure, or an age spot, because I have other things to do. So find something you love to do and enjoy it. It hasn't got to be anything big. Just it's as long as it's something that you're putting your whole heart and soul into and you love it. That's the main thing. Find something to do. So that's a big thing. Don't spend your life on Facebook. Don't depend on Facebook. don't get up in the morning and spend all day on Facebook. Sure, I'm sure a lot of people find it enjoyable, I guess. There are some useful things on there, informative, and even word games if you like those. I guess maybe I'm being a bit too strong when I say that. A lot of people do enjoy it. I, for one, I'm kind of tempered with it. I do go on it, but and I've posted a lot of things about my writing career on there too. So, but kind of temper it out with other things, because it can be a dependency thing. You can depend on those social media, especially Facebook. I mean, Twitter is not as all changing now anyway, but Facebook is, and it can also have a lot of negative connotations as well. Your identity is stolen, and there's criminal activity linked to Facebook and so on. So be careful about, putting too much out there, and putting too much about your children and your grandchildren, and all these grandparent scams that are going on. Where do you think these people find information on people's grandchildren? People love to talk about their grandchildren. They're proud of them. So that's something you better think about, before you post all these things about your grandchildren and your family and everything. It's a privacy thing. So, I don't even talk about my family here on YouTube, because I just don't feel like doing it, and they don't really want me to do it. So I respect their wishes. I mean, sure, it's tempting to come on here and talk about my beautiful grandchildren, my wonderful sons, all the lovely people in my life. I would like to be able to talk about them all the time, and share activities, and share family get-togethers and all that. We always have lots of those, and we've always had them. But I don't feel like it. I don't feel right about doing it, and they don't really want me to do it, so I won't do it. It's a temptation. I have a beautiful family too, and so do many more people. We all have beautiful families that we love, and we want to tell the world about them, and we want to share all these beautiful things we're doing with them. But I respect what they want me to do. I respect their wishes, so that's all I'll say about that. And okay, what else do I have here? And have love in your life. I mean, love of your career, love of your family first of all, and love of something that you love to do. Nice career, or a budding career, or a hobby. Love of all that. Love of your family. Just have love in your life. Love of the people that mean the most to you, and your friends and family, and love of your pets and all that. And even your plants, like tending to your plants, they're living entities as well. So they'll thank you by blossoming and blooming, and they'll make you happy. So love your plants as well. Have love in your life. So that love is an anti-aging ingredient that can't be bottled for sure, or put on display shelf. So, and also limit the amount of when things come on TV. Limit the amount of ads that you watch. Like for seniors, because some of them can really make you, some of them are kind of negative thinking, and putting everybody into the one box, like we're all going to have this, we're all going to have that, whatever it may be, from you know what I mean, like we're all going to be sick, we're all going to be disabled, and all this. Granted, there is a reality, no doubt about it. There's a reality of aging, there's a reality of life. We can't just push it under the corner or something. But we also don't need to be always and forever talking about it, or looking at it, or whatever. The mind is a strange thing. The mind can really plan itself, and next thing you know, you're doing all this negative thinking. So avoid this negative thinking as much as possible. Avoid any kind of negative thinking as far as that goes. So, see what else. Oh yes, keep a little keep a bit of glamour in your life, you know, like poise, subtlety, allure, you know. Always try and be a little bit glamorous, you know, and it makes you feel good, and love your sense of glamour. Less is more, and never lose your sense of glamour, you know, mystery, and it's a good thing, and you don't have to be telling the world every little thing about your life. Like, you know, retain a little bit of mystery. You'll always be interesting to people. They'll always wonder about you. So, and glamour. For one thing, glamour is all the fashion people today, all the modeling agencies, all the fashion businesses in the world, and so on, the commercial fashion companies and so on. They're always trying to have glamour. But, you know, real glamour, it doesn't take much for real glamour, that's for sure. And what I find is that they're always trying, they don't have a set program of their own these days, because this is why they keep going back through the decades to, you know, certain fashions, right back to the 20s and 30s, really, to come up with these certain fashions. Each decade that followed the other look back towards the other decades to come up with new ideas, and that's the way it's been from, I don't know, maybe 100 years. I watch old clips sometimes of the way it was, you know, like back in the early 1900s, back in the 1920s, when everybody was, well, that was the, you know, the age when people really came to life after the First World War and so on. And but, you know, they're interesting, and even the hats and everything in those times, in the 30s and 40s, there was something about them. You know, I've been trying to find some nice hats from that era. I have a few, but I'd like to find even some that are, you know, modeled after that era, and they're so hard to find. They become the shape of your face. You know, they suit the shape of your face, and they accessorize or show the best features of your face, and you know, as do some of the clothes. So glamour is, I love to watch TCM, because I think TCM is one of the most glamorous channels, you know, you can look at, because wow, the women on those channels, on that channel and in those movies and so on, they knew how to dress. They knew how to, you know, to have poise, and they knew how to accessorize the positive and minimize the negative in their clothes and in their whole aura, the whole presentment. They knew how to do it. So, and I still think today that it's just not it when it comes to people looking the way, you know, the way they should look to be at their best, you know. They got a ways to go, that's for sure, and they could learn from all these past decades of glamour. You know, glamour is kind of you know, it's kind of fleeting, but yet it doesn't take much to be glamorous. It doesn't take much at all to be glamorous. So simple things, and knowing how to dress, and knowing how to not to overdo it and so on, and show your best qualities and your best traits. So that's glamour. Try and have a little bit of glamour in your life, and you'll be ageless, you know. So that's another thing. Always enjoy a little bit of glamour, and don't forget to smile. You know, bare those teeth, smile. You know, don't be afraid to smile and show your confidence. Don't be afraid that if you smile or you take a selfie or something and you post it, that some of the people you went to school with 50 years ago are going to say, "Oh, look at her. Doesn't she think she's something? Look at her. Wow, you know, she thinks she's something." Well, you know what? You are something. So own it. You worked hard. Whatever you're successful at doing in life, you worked for it, and you put in that effort. So if you're going, you're not going to just sit back in a corner and not shout to the world, look, look what I did. I'm proud of myself. Be proud of yourself. You've got reason to be proud of yourself. So who cares if your neighbour down the street more or less, makes a comment to somebody, hey, she bleached her hair or whatever. So be confident. You own your accomplishments, and it's good for your self-esteem. That's another thing too. Women need to always have good self-esteem. So, and men too. This is pretty well. I can go on and on, but oh yeah, I saw something the other day too. And all these things that float around the internet about, if you do this, it's aging you. If you wear a certain haircut, it's aging you. If you wear certain jewelry, it's aging you, like chunky jewelry and so on. I had to laugh at that one because chunky jewelry ages you, like, big jewelry. I love chunky jewelry, and in fact, I got a couple of pieces at a thrift store the other day that I'm going to wear at some point. And I have some here, How can chunky jewelry age you? I mean, come on. And people look at those videos or whatever they are, and they believe it. They believe chunky jewelry will age you. They believe if you wear a scarf a certain way it will age you. They believe if you wear a blouse or a top, whatever, it's going to age you. The thing is that you need to be aware of, there are basic rules that apply when you're dressing, For example, horizontal stripes and vertical stripes and all that, how they can make you look bigger or make you look slimmer or whatever. Certain colors, the basic colors, certain colors will certainly add to your, they will make you larger and so on like that. But these are common sense things you can figure out for yourself. Doesn't take you long to, if you're putting something on, you say, I don't know what about that, it doesn't suit me or whatever. Depends on your body shape, play around with it. Play around with it yourself. You don't need to be told, oh, that color is terrible. Don't wear that. You got to decide if it's terrible. If it looks good on you, wear it. If you think it looks good on you, wear it. And because, just blindly saying that the color is bad for you, let's face it, the color all depends on the color of your skin, the color of your eyes and your hair and all your complexion and your coloring. So just don't buy into everything you see and read and watch on TV or videos or whatever. Just use your own trial and error, practice on your own. So that's another thing. Don't believe everything you read and see. So that's it, I think, for today. So am I going to do a big reveal? Well, I'm going on a limb here now because I never ever told my age on a video, or I'm sure it's easy to find after all. I am an author, and my age and my birth date and everything is on my book, some of them, and some of the articles and some of them are written about me, so it's not a big locked in secret like that. But I remember a quote from Betty Davis. I often wondered how we're supposed to pronounce her name. She always spelled her name B-E-T-T-E. So I always called her Bet Davis. But apparently she's known as Betty Davis. So, or whoever she was, whether she was Bet Davis or Betty Davis, I never ever forgot something that she always said though. Age is for the weak or not strong or something like that. And she said, no, the one I'm thinking about was where she said, if you tell your age, you'll tell anything. Anyone who tells their age will tell anything. And how when she turned 70, she went out in her garden, she wore black. she was in mourning. She wore her black outfit and her black hat and all that, and she went out in her garden and sat there all day, and people had an awful time to get her out of there because she was depressed because she had turned 70. So, well, I should be depressed. I should be, but I'm not. I'm happy as a lark. And I'm over 70. And how much over 70? I'm 73 years old. So now you know. So, with that, I'll leave you, and I hope you watch my video right through because, you know, well, obviously you did it to the end, so. But I don't worry about my age. I never do worry about my age, and I still don't. So, you know, I'm quite confident I'll have a long life, you know, and it's great. So, thanks so much for tuning in, and just stop worrying, and happy aging. Bye.